yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Use a Sharpie. What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to show you how to change out a tub drain assembly. So I'm going to use this tool here. This one's by Husky, to just remove the old drain. Ideally, you would have a bigger wrench, but I left mine at home. I'm at my friend's house here. But yeah, you just want something kind of meaty to be able to turn that. This one's not too bad because it's in plastic, which you'll see later. The drain is plastic. But if you're in a metal drain that is connected to, threaded into, you'll definitely want a bigger wrench to make it easier to remove. So yeah, just turning it out. Forgot my big wrench.
Oh, man.
Also, don't buy a really cheap one off Amazon. This works. So I've had one break before just because it was made really cheaply. So definitely worth getting a name brand. This one's Husky from Home Depot. You got it going, man. So yeah, the drain just turns out. There's also two sides. I'm using the smaller side, so it depends on what size your drain is. And then we have this lovely massive hair that comes out with it. Now just removing the overflow plate. Depends, sometimes you'll have two screws. This one only has one, tied to a plate behind it that has two screws holding on the drain. Yep, and you can see the gasket here is completely rotted out. And that's why, one of the reasons he was getting leaks was rotted out there, and the actual pipe was cracked underneath. Alright, now below the crawl space. This is always a good time. Nice and dusty down there. Making my way to the underside of the drain. Not too bad here, the access is pretty good. There's a copper pipe in the way, but not too bad. So you can see the old drain assembly here. I'm just gonna take the wrench and loosen up those connections. I'm gonna reuse that connection going to the PVC pipe.
Where'd you say that banging was coming from?
So you should be able to just rotate it just kind of sideways here. You can pull that out pretty easily. Just make it easier to remove. Because the whole drain assembly is going to have to come up just a couple inches to clear that pipe. There we go. And then I'm just going to use the old one to measure where I need to cut. I'll be replacing with a copper piece here. And make sure you leave yourself just a little bit extra. I probably cut this a little too short to the extreme. So yeah, leave yourself about halfway down. You can see where it fits in there. It's a little bigger. And then I'm just scoring in here. Just get a Sharpie. Just use a Sharpie. You see later I get frustrated because I didn't use a Sharpie. And then just measuring the other piece here where it's going to fit into the pipe. And this one I did leave myself a good halfway into that pipe, so. And then just removing the old gasket from the bottom of the tub. The new one comes with the kit. Cutting the pipe here with an angle grinder. You could use Sawzall, Dremel, pipe cutter. Definitely helps if the clamp was a little better too. You can see my friend here holding it. Not ideal, but no limbs were cut off during this project. Just cleaning up the pipe here so we don't have any rough edges that'll catch debris. And then on the outer edge, you want it to be nice and smooth so that little rubber gasket doesn't get gnarled up. And then cutting the second pipe here. This is where I get frustrated, where I can't see where I marked my line. So just use a Sharpie. And then you won't have to deal with this. Same process here, just cutting it. And then ideally you want to be trying to cut it as straight as possible. I got off just a little bit here. Again, just getting off the big rough edges, and then I'll come back with the sandpaper. Make it super smooth. Alright, here's the kit I'm using. They do sell the plastic ones, but I like the metal ones. I feel like they're going to hold up a little better. And then this is the gasket that goes on the top overflow part. And then the gasket that'll go under the drain. Back in the crawl space here, very important, there are two thicknesses. The thinner side will go on top, and the thicker side will go on the bottom. So 4 little tabs, just put those on the back. And make sure the thick part is on the bottom. Very important. And then you're going to want to snug up, once you know the height you need for the drain assembly, you want to snug up that top connection so you don't have to worry about getting a wrench up there. And it's really helpful if you have someone up there to secure that while you hold it in place, so you don't have to go back and forth. I like to secure it first so I know exactly where the drain section is going to come in. I don't have to worry about the other parts moving while I'm putting the drain section on. So just snugging that up. He's snugging the top 2 bolts to the overflow side. And then very important here, you want the wedge on the outer side. The rubber wedge on the outer side. And then just putting the gasket in here. And then again, helpful if someone can be on top. Just kind of making sure it's centered from left to right and front to back. Then just snugging up the connections here one last time on the drain part. Another reason I like the metal parts is you can snug them up a little more without worrying about them cracking. And then just snugging up this connection I used from the old assembly. Alright, using some plumber's putty here. I guess you could use silicone, but I always prefer the plumber's putty. I think it holds up a little better. And then you don't have to worry about mold or anything growing on the silicone. So just grab a little bit and then make it into a snake. It's like you're back in grade school pottery. Just a nice little snake. And then just wrap your snake around the drain. Then kind of mold it to the back there. And then just stick your drain in. Then get it started. Hand tighten it first. You can use your tool to hand tighten it. You really can't do this job without this tool. I guess you could use a couple screwdrivers, but
Do you have hair pliers?
just get the tool. They're like $10. So just giving this a hand tighten. And then I'm going to come back with a pipe wrench and finish tightening it. And you'll see the plumber's putty starts to ooze out a little bit. That's fine. There's more than enough down there. You can give this a pretty good tighten. That's why I like the metal drains, because you can tighten it pretty good without worrying about it cracking. And then just clean up your excess plumber's putty. Make sure it doesn't go down the drain.
Alright, turn the water on. Turn the water on.
Alright, now we can test for leaks. Alright, there we go. Shiny new tub drain installed. Hope this was helpful. Give me a like and subscribe, and see you next time.